Why is Horween Leather Company considered America's best leather tannery? This is the headquarters of the #1 producer of America's football leather and also boot leather. But as much as I'd love to stand out here telling you all about why the brand is so great, let's go inside and let them tell you themselves.
Skip Horween grew up in this tannery and knows every inch of it inside and out. So there was no one better to name as its president in 2009.
We were founded in 1905 by my great-grandfather Isidore, who had come here to the United States and to Chicago specifically in time for the World's Fair in 1893. Leather tanning was a big deal, and there was a leather exhibit. And he went to the leather exhibit and met the man who would be his first employer. And then 12 years later, he went off on his own, first making shell cordovan.
Over the 100+ years since its founding, Horween has become the nation's #1 supplier of football leather, and they make the most beloved footwear leathers in the industry, including America's #1 boot leather, Chrome XL.
What surprises people is how many steps go into a piece of leather. So if you look at Chrome XL, from the time we start to the time we finish, it's good 6 weeks. And there's tanneries that are making pull-ups that can do it in 2 weeks, but it's not as good as what we do. Cordovan, 6 to 9 months from the time we get a hide in to the time we ship it.
It accounts for a big part of the size of the building. A lot of that is it gets to rest. I mean, we get it to certain stages and it sits for a while. That's always been part of the process. The temptation to try and do it faster is one that's been easy to resist.
You know, when I first started here too, you know, this was our philosophy was, you know what, we're going to make the best leather first, and then we're going to worry about how we're going to sell it and deal with it after that. You know what, if we make the best, someone's going to want to pay for it and figure it out that.
I always compare it to a bakery, right? Bakeries have formulations, we have formulations, and our formulations are second to none. So when we make a piece of leather, we're making the leather to be the best leather. So if you look at our products, Cordovan, Chrome XL, football, those are the best products that you can buy. I would put it to any tannery in the world.
You know, we do leather for the NFL and the top college conferences and have for a long time. Our #1 shoe leather is Chrome XL, which has been for a long time also, and that has evolved because that was originally a work shoe leather. And it evolved as people found that they could make it look really nice, and by the way, it would last a really long time. That's how it's evolved to, you know, from the work shoe, work boot guys to the Aldens, Allen Edmonds of the world that continue the rank where I get in trouble for forgetting somebody. The shell cordovan, which was our original product, which also has found its way into some of the finest names and some of the finest shoes around. In UK, it's been folks like Edward Green and Crockett and Jones and Ludwig Reiter in Austria and Paraboot in France, and you know, again, I'll be in trouble for forgetting somebody. Dinkelocker in Germany, Laszlo Voss in Hungary. But it's also people who have this Carmina in Mallorca.
In the marketplace, people think that Horween is just like this private club, and one of the things that we always like to promote is that we're accessible. I think we make the greatest products in the world, but people are like, well, I can't work with them because they're this small, tight-knit family. But while we do have the best products, we do want to work with companies and want to work with brands that also partner up with us.
There's two things that people that know us would say about us. One is that you can never rule out the fact that luck is important. You know, we have been fortunate, those of us now, to have a foundation built on really great products, some of which have been developed recently, but some that have been around for a long time. Cordovan and Chrome XL both being case in point being more than 100 years old.
So someone once told me that the first day you get a Horween product is not the best that's going to be, but 5-10 years from now, it's going to age, it's going to patina, it's going to last longer than any other leather in the marketplace, and that's what we're trying to achieve with our leather. So it's going to age beautifully, look beautiful, and last a long period of time.